30 minutes. My name is Dara. I'm a physical therapist and a strength coach. First class of 2026. Let's go. Weights are optional. Bring them if you got them. Light weights, nothing crazy. We're doing some little bit of core strength, a little bit of lower abdominal work today. We've got a little bit of lower back to finish. This is for you if you need to work on your core strength, power for your sports, you're active, over 40. You just need some PT for your lower back. Join me today. Let's start off in standing. So we're gonna do a standing sequence first, a little bit of yoga just to warm up, get some mobility in the spine. They're gonna take you down onto the mat. We've got 3 moves, 3 rounds. That's it, stretch, done. Subscribe to the channel to join me live class every Friday. Let's go, let's get started. Modify as needed, listen to your body. That is always gonna be my tip for you as a PT. Listen to your body, modify for what is right for your body. Let's start off in standing. Come to the back of your mat. Let's just get into a nice little easy yoga warm up, nothing crazy, just stretch. Get into the new year, just see how everything is feeling, working out any stiffness, tightness. Root your feet into the ground, crown of the head to the ceiling. Inhale, reach, lengthen through the spine. Get some length, one more breath here. Then exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down. Knees are soft, nice, gentle, protect the back. This should feel good on the lower back. Nothing ever should be painful, just like a nice stretch. Hold it here for one more breath. Starting off really slow, and then we're gonna speed up. One more breath here. Just checking in, how's everything feeling? On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out the knees, get a nice stretch in your hamstrings, hinging at the hips. My abs are braced, supporting my back here. Last breath, tuck the chin. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank, first plank of the day. We have a couple of planks in our warm-up, nice little upper body and core. Love me some planks. Spread your fingers wide, push away from the mat, don't sink. Active plank, abs, tuck your tailbone slightly under, tuck your chin, hold for one breath. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower elbows close to your sides with control. Open up your chest, uncurl your toes. Press yourself up into a little baby back bend, baby cobra. Just get some extension in your spine. We spend so much of our day hunched over everything. Extend gently. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Hold for one breath. Exhale, back down. Uncurl your toes. Push yourself back. Downward facing dog. That is the entire Sun Salutation A yoga warm-up. That is it. It is easy. Pedal your feet. Give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. Bring that booty up high to the sky. Let's go through 2 more rounds just like that. We're going to speed up. Easy warm-up. Pedal the feet. Stretch out those calves and ankles. Last breath here. Let's do that again. Walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Nice articulation through the spine. Inhale, reach to the sky, round 2. Inhale, reach, lengthen, crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe it out through the mouth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out the knees. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings, hinging at the hips. Abs are braced. Hands come down, plank, strong shoulders, pushing away from the mat, spreading those fingers wide. Active plank, guys. Don't fall asleep in those planks. And then exhale, either knees down, or if you want to challenge yourself, if you're trying to get better at your push-ups, work on the descent. Great way to work on some of that push-up strength, right? Press yourself up into either a little baby cobra or all the way up. Now again, whatever version of this you're doing, this should feel good on the back. Not pinchy, not cranky on the lower back. This should feel really nice, like some gentle spine extension. Brace your abs a little bit, tighten them a little bit. It's gonna help to protect that lower back. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage those big lat muscles. That's also gonna help to protect that lower back. Exhale, back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Let's do one more flow just like that. Pedal his feet, calf, ankle mobility. Those ankles need to move, otherwise, guess what? You're just gonna stress everything else up the chain, your knees, your hips, your back. Pedal those feet out. Last time through, then we're moving on. Let's finish out our warm-up. Walk your hands back, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes last, articulate, move through that spine. Spine needs to be supple, not just strong, right? Inhale, reach, we need both. That's why we're doing this class. Strength and mobility, right? Exhale, forward fold. Breathe out and breath. Use the breath. Release tension. Breathe. Halfway lift. This is your deadlift. This is your hip hinge. Do not fear the deadlift. This is good for you guys. Learn how to separate hips and spine. Hold it here. Abs are on. Hands come down, plank. Strong abs here. Exhale, lower, either knees down or all the way down. Work on that upper body strength, guys. Unhinge. Squeeze those elbows close to your sides. Or again, pulling my shoulders down my back, pushing myself up, cobra or up dog. Last time here, enjoy it. Enjoy this last extension. We're moving on. We're gonna do a little bit of chair pose. I always like to get in a little bit of chair pose because it's basically your squat, right? Let's work our active squat. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Hold the downward dog. Our next move is chair pose, but let's just finish out the remainder of our warm-up. A little bit of stretch, a little bit of active pressing away from the mat. So I'm not here, I'm really pushing myself back into my down dog. I'm letting my heels drop. If you're like me, your heels don't touch the ground, you're like, my calves. Well, guess what? This is a good chance to work on it. So press yourself back. Engage your shoulders to push away. Last breath here. If you're like me, you're feeling it in the calves. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Let's come up into our chair pose. So we're gonna finish out the warm-up with a little chair. If you've got the weights, add them. Then we're gonna get into that main core series. Again, weights are always optional. I would say bring them to class Fridays. It's good to have, right? Nothing crazy, just what you got at home. This is for you working out at home, getting some core strength in. Might as well add some weights to it. So if you're gonna do a chair pose squat, chair pose is your squat, you can have one weight here at your chest, not here, here. Shoulder blades squeezed back, right? Or you can have weights at your sides, right? Chair pose. If you don't have weights, join me in chair pose. Unweighted. Find that stance with your hips that feels good for you. Everyone's gonna be different, right? So if you've got tight hips, you may need to go wider. That's okay. You may need to be this way. Turned out, that's okay. Brace with your abs, sit down and back into your chair pose. Arms come up and sink. Find that position for you that's feeling like you can keep that back nice and flat. You can get low, get that booty down, getting those heels, weighting into my heels. And if you've got the weights, add them and then come back up. And then sink back into your chair. If you don't have the weights, try the arms overhead. Maintaining that flat back. Right? I'm not getting into this, I'm not arching. Keeping that nice flat back. Eyes are looking forward. Let's just go up and down 10 times. Again, weights are totally optional, but this is your squat. Work on depth, abs, chest is open. If you don't have the weights, you're just bringing the arms. Nice and active. My back is flat here. Let's do a few more. Whatever version you're doing, make it active. Let's go up and down with this, right? So your chair pose is your squat, sinking down, glutes, quads active, core is braced, chest is open. I'm not rounded. One more. And then come back up, shake it out. Same thing again, I want you just to work, we're just working on a little bit of depth, mobility, a little bit of glutes, hips, core, warming up before we get into that main series coming up next. Let's do one more round. Now again, you're here, my back is flat. Work on this last round, maybe getting a little bit deeper, right? I like hands to the floor, you can touch, work on a little bit of depth. If you've got the weights, stay engaged, stay focused. We will use the weights for our core series. Again, always optional. Always optional, but always a great add-on. Get a little bit more shoulder strength with these weights and a little bit more core. Last few here. Get that booty low, sinking back and down into that squat. Not losing my form here. Right? Let's do two more just like that. Last one. All right, done with that. Let's put the weights to the side. Let's finish with our cat-cow, and I'm gonna talk you through our core series. So we've got 3 moves we're gonna come into next. So our main set, let's just finish with a little bit of cat-cow. Just finish up, warming up the spine, moving through that whole spine, finding any sticky spots, anything that feels tight. Inhale, exhale. So we've got some obliques to start off. Got a lot of obliques today, actually. We're gonna do a little bit of a seated Russian twist, right? That's going to be our first move. Weights are optional for that first move. That is going to be targeting our obliques. Sitting, if you cannot do seated Russian twist, come onto your back and do some bicycle crunches. That is our first move. Our second move is going to be a V up, alternating opposite arm and leg. Also a little bit of obliques and lower abdominals. Next. And then our last move is going to be a reverse crunch, knee to elbow. Crunches, crunches. We're finishing with that today. All right, last time. Grab your weights. If you have them, come in to see. We've got 3 rounds, 3 moves. Let's go. We're not taking breaks. This is the hard part. That was just your warm-up. Get ready. Find your position first. Russian twist. I'm not here. I'm here. I like to hold here, pull myself, but engage that back. That's going to stabilize you and protect that lower back, right? We don't want to be slouchy, hunchy in our Russian twist. If you've got the weights, add them. Stay focused. Add that twist. First round, long set. So we've got 3 rounds. So starting with that Russian twist. Again, if you don't have weights, totally fine. I want you to work on some nice rotation. Again, target is obliques. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit and your core, you can lift the feet up. Even more of a challenge. I suggest you maintain that nice strong position. So if you are losing it here and you're getting all squinchy, hunchy, come back down, right? Form matters first. So you figure out what works best for you. If you've got a heavier weight, go for it. I want some nice range of motion. A lot of times I see this. I don't know what the hell this is, but that's not targeting your obliques. You're really not going to get that full engagement. Add some twist, you guys, especially if you've got a tight upper back. This is a good chance to work on your mobility as well as your strength. Get some nice rotation here. If this just feels crappy on your back, go onto your back, please. Always doing things supported on your back is probably going to be your safest, easiest variation. So if you're like, Dara, this just hurts my back. First of all, engage your abs more. Second of all, engage your lats more. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. And if you're like, it still doesn't feel good, go onto your back. Do some bicycles. Same thing, targeting obliques. So this is our first move, obliques. Then we're going to be on our back. And we're going to do opposite arm and leg reaching up. We're not taking breaks. This is a long endurance set. We are going for a burn. We're not lifting heavy weights here. We are just going for pure burn core conditioning. Keep that spine strong, stable, abs on fire. 10, 9, 8. Then we're going to be on our back. 7, 6, really twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, on your back. Weights are dropped. Opposite arm and leg reaches. I'm going to show you options. Maintain that bracing here first, meaning press the rib cage down. Smash that lower back into the floor. It needs to stay here the whole time. If you're not sure that you can keep that lower back pressed down, lift your head up. That is always going to be my cue to you guys. Keeping here. We do not want to see that back arching when we come back down. I want to see it pressed down. I want to see your core engaged. I want to see those abs on right here. This is the part. When I come down, I do not want to see this big arch. Zip it up. Exhale here. This should feel like your next move, which is a crunch. It should feel like a crunch. Exhale as you come up. If you're like, Dara, this also kills my back, then do this version. Again, kind of a modified bicycle, right? Just bringing knee to elbow. A lot of deep core today in class, a lot of obliques. You need all of it. Use the breath. You also need the breath. If you want to give your head, neck a break, you can have the hands supporting. 3 rounds, right? This is round 1. We are not taking breaks. We've got limited time to get a lot done. Last few. 10, 9, 8. Keep that lower back down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse crunch. You have options for this. If you just want to get into some basic crunches, you're like, hey, it's January. I need to start slow. If you want the reverse crunch, it's here. Squeeze pelvic floor. Squeeze, pull up. Lift that booty up off the mat. If you want both, have at it. Again, it's not about just yanking your neck to get elbow to knee. It's about deep core, Pelvic floor. Everyone has a pelvic floor, even you guys. Squeeze, draw it up, lift, lower abdominals, squeeze. I suggest if you're only gonna do one version, do the lower part. Right? You can do crunches on your own. This deep control from the bottom and the top. Zip it up. Connect. I have tons of lower back mobility, strength courses. I have a new lower back guide coming out soon. It's free. Stay tuned for that. Working through all of this lower back, any pain, building strength, core strength. 4 more here, and then we're gonna come back into our first move. 3, 2, I'll stop talking. 1, back in. We're not taking breaks. Come back in. Find your position first. Don't just jump into this next move. Realign yourself, reorganize, set up, grab your weights if you got them. Rush and twist round 2. Again, we're not taking breaks, but that doesn't mean we skimp on form. I always tell my patients, my clients, my athletes, this is the theoretical reps and sets, but they need to be executed with perfect form. So when that form starts to go, you need to stop. Either stop and collect yourself or move on, right? When that fatigue sets in, really focus. What is my goal here? Obliques, I need good rotation, good engagement, good breath, good spine position, all those things, right? Let's stop talking so that I can focus. Again, get some nice rotation, you guys. Move that upper back, twist, twist. You need this for life. This is walking, opposite arm and leg, swimming, running, sports, athleticism, but just moving around in life. Let's keep this spine healthy. Last few, then we're gonna come onto our back, round 2. Little V-ups, 3, and 2, and 1 on your back. Drop the weights, let's do it. You guys know the drill. Lower back stays pressed down. Connect here, rib cage comes down. Here, locked, lower back is glued. Opposites. Reach, reach. Exhale as you come up. Use the breath, guys. That is part of your core. I cannot emphasize that enough. You need all facets. And again, I'm gonna go into this more in some of my courses. Lower back, keeping this connected into that core. It's a cylinder. You need the upper, lower, all the way around. Connect. That's for lower back strength, for lower back health, core, aesthetics, deeper ab control, 6-pack abs. You want everything firing, connecting. All those reasons. More efficient in your sports. Everything here is connected, right? Your lower back's not hurting when you ride your bike or run or whatever. Last few, then we've got that knee to elbow crunch. Add some speed. Let's jam through these. We're gonna finish with a little bit of lower back strength and then stretch, and that's it for today. 4 more, up. Reach, 3. Reach, 2 more. 1 more. Elbow to knee. Reset. Lower back comes down. It stays there. Squeeze. Squeeze. Again, up to you. Do you want both? Maybe you just want the crunch. Just decide what you're focusing on, right? Maybe focusing on nice control. Sometimes it's less about the complexity of the move and just honing in on the basics. Get this locked in. Get my breath locked in. Chin is tucked in. Last round. We're almost done. We've got 1 more round, and that's it for today. In 4. Abs are burning. 3. I feel it. Hope you do too. Sitting up, last round. We're almost done. We just have some lower back, some easy stuff after this. That wasn't that bad. Hold yourself up high. Abs are braced. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. My lats are engaged. My lower back is supported. Let's knock it out of the park. Last round. Add some speed. Coming into your workout, I always tell my patients, my clients, what is your intention for today? Today is not about heavy lifting. Duh. I've got a 10-pound weight here. Today is about deep core strength, stability, stabilizing our spine, a little bit of PT, prehab. Maybe we don't have back pain, but we want to keep it that way. And some endurance, right? You need that core to be engaged, solid, stable for hours of writing, running, life, right? So endurance. So we're going for a lot of repetition, high volume. That's the class for today, right? So just understand not every day needs to be like that, but that is the intention of today, going to fatigue in your abs, right? Not in your back. All right, last few here, then we're gonna finish it up. Last round in 4, really twist. In 3, get that twist, 2, and 1 on your back. Dropping the weights, I'm done. See you later, weights. Until next time. Locked in, lower back press down. Here. Brick, this should feel like just a solid brick. 6-pack abs, rip, shredded, strong. It's not just about looks. That means you have this nice deep control right here, protecting the rest of your body, creating more efficiency when you walk, when you run, when you do all your sports, whatever your sport is. Strength here. This is my base of support. Supporting my shoulders, my head, my neck, my upper back, my legs, my knees, my pelvis. Deep core engagement. Last few. Let's speed it up. Exhale. 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 4 more. In 4. In 3. In 2. In 1. Thank God those are done. I was tired of those. Deep. Get that lower abdominal squeeze. Crunch. Whatever version. Supporting the head. Again, it's not about yanking your knee to your elbow, right? That's not it. It's really about deep squeeze. If you're feeling it here, you're doing it right. Squeeze. Exhale. Whatever version you are doing, let's finish strong, guys. The finish line is there. I see it. We've only got a few more, then we're just going to stretch. Be done. In 4. In 3. In 2, and 1, flip it over, last move, squeezing it in, lower back, control, opposite arm and leg before we stretch. Let's get into a little bit of Superman, Superwoman. Opposite arm and leg is gonna be activated, reach, lengthen, 2 inches off the floor, and then lower. I want you to tuck that tailbone under just a little bit of abs here, so that you're not feeling like your lower back's getting pinched. Right, a lot of times when I see this, people are arching really high, and they're like, it kills my back. And I'm like, well, don't go so high. Think about lengthening, just activating everything on the back side of your body. Shoulders, glutes, lower back. My abs are on. Lengthening, reaching, tucking the chin, elongating through your spine. Finish up, easy. Opposite arm and leg, and lower. Slow down the breath. We just got stretches. After this, we're done. Thank you for coming. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notifications of classes, lower back courses, more PT tips. Last few here, lengthen. Abs are on, 2 more. Reach. 1 more. Reach. Sink back into child's pose. Let's stretch. If you don't like child's pose, doesn't feel great, come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. If you're in child's pose, bring your knees nice and wide. Give those hips some space. A lot of times, it's the hips that are the limiter, right? This should feel nice on your back and your hips. So child's pose can be a great way to stretch out your hips and your lower back. Again, all of these should always feel good. If you're doing something in a class, it's not feeling right, stop. This is your class, right? I'm just guiding you. You are the boss of your body. Last breath here. And then meet me on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's finish with our stretches. kind of go through some similar sequences every week. Easy, mellow, listen to your body. Modify as needed. Rock the knees side to side. Give that lower back a nice little massage. Should feel really nice. Checking in with your body. How's everything feeling today? Is anything tight? Stiff, achy? This is your chance to check in. PT yourself, right? How's things feeling? Hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Should feel like a nice stretch here. Mellow. Roll your ankles and your toes around. Get those feet. Wake them up. Healthy, supple feet. They need mobility. They need to move the toes, the ankle, the midfoot, rear foot. Roll that hip around. Same thing. Nice little hip circles. Easy. Just lubricating. Joints stay healthy by movements. Lubricating the joints keeps them nourished. Bring that knee across your body. Opposite hand. Find the position on you that feels really good, right? Open this right arm out. Again, this rotation is going to look different on everybody. So if you really are like, oh, I'm all the way over here, this feels good on my lower back, that's great. If you're like, man, I'm really tight, like I'm kind of just like this, or my knees here. All I care about is that you're getting a nice stretch that feels good on your body, either glutes, maybe here, maybe lower back. Gentle, comfortable, relieving. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. Into that twist. Reset your nervous system. Use the breath. Every exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Breathing out through the mouth. And then come back to center, figure four on the right side. We're almost done. We're going to hit the same thing on the left. Reaching through for thread the needle. This feels like a good hip opener, glute stretch. One of my faves. Again, if you've got some PT injuries, listen to your body. Modify as needed. Focus on some gentle mobility and strength. We need both. Roll the shoulders, release any tension here. And then let's switch to the other side. Unwrap that right leg, shake it out. Hug that left knee into your chest, give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and the toes. Same thing, other side. Taking note, how does this side feel? How's my left hip? How's everything feeling? Am I relaxed? Am I slowing down the breath? Working through your digestion. Some of these spinal twists can be really nice also on the digestion. If you're feeling stressed, gentle twist here. Open that left arm out. Again, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of PT, a little bit of strength. That's this class. A little bit of self-care, a little bit of shreddy ab, if you like the aesthetics, right? Let's do it all, right? You can do all of the things. Breathe into this left side. Enjoy the stretch. And then let's finish with our figure four stretch. Any other stretches that you want to do, now is your chance. You are the boss. I'm just your guide. Roll the shoulders, release tension, shake the head side to side. Release any tension in the neck and the jaw. Let it go, let it go. Roll the shoulders. We're going to finish and seated with our last stretch, just working on our posture again. Nothing crazy. Just got one more move after this, and then we are done. That is it for today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live classes. I will see you next time. Last breath here. Unwrap that left leg. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, nice and easy. Roll yourself onto your side. Finish and seated. Let's just go through our last seated postural reminder. Sitting however you want. You can sit cross-legged or not. We started off class, crown of the head to the ceiling, tucking the chin in, ears over shoulders. This is just alignment, right? It's not about perfect. It's just about alignment. Inhale, reach to the sky. Lengthen. Exhale it out. One more time, crown of the head to the ceiling. Elongate through the spine. Tuck the chin and ears over, shoulders, inhale. Exhale it out. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I will see you next time. Hope you get something good out of class. Take care of yourselves. See you guys later.